Happening now, first at 4, another loss. A legend on the ice and in the community have died, remembering Ron Mason. Happening now, Orlando tragedy. The names of the dead are slowly being revealed as police continue their investigation and condolences come from all over the world. Happening now, it's 76 degrees under mostly cloudy skies in downtown Jackson.
From the Breaking News and Weather Authority, this is News 10 First at 4.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kirk Montgomery. Just days after Mr. Hockey Gordie Howe passes away, another legend on the ice has died. Former MSU hockey coach Ron Mason died suddenly overnight at his daughter's home in Hazlet. The 76-year-old coached the Spartans for more than 20 years, a career that earned him spots in both the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame and the U.S. Hockey Hall of Fame. As News 10's Zach Barrage reports, the impact Mason had on the sport is a legacy that won't be forgotten.
Kirk, certainly a somber day in East Lansing, and especially right here at Munn Ice Arena, a place where Ron Mason won so many games for the green and white. Everywhere you take a look at this building, you'll see his name and his face, his accomplishments, and his teams up on the walls and elsewhere. Current Michigan State hockey coach Tom Manassas played for Mason from 1981 through 1985. He spoke of the lasting legacy that Mason left in East Lansing.
This is a man who's made such an again, iconic impact on this program, and so many people that he impacted. And so I was trying to think, who's appropriate to reach out to make sure that they've gotten this word. And so there's guys that are still playing in the NHL that he coached. Some of the former coaches that he's coached, the guys he organized leagues with, and it's, oh God, his reach is incredible.
So it's been a difficult day for the Michigan State community as a Spartan legend passes far too soon. I'll have more on the lasting impact that Mason had in East Lansing coming up at 5 o'clock. Kirk?
Okay, Zach, thank you. Ron Mason also made a profound impact on the Mid-Michigan community. He teamed up with us right here at WILX several times for the annual Children's Miracle Network to help raise money for kids at Sparrow Hospital. People who worked with him say that didn't stop when the telethon was over either.
There would be a need in the community, and he was good at gathering the troops. And he would get other people of influence to participate and to contribute. And families, children, for years now have benefited from this endeavor.
And a lot of you, Spartans or not, have been sharing your condolences on our Facebook page after learning of Ron Mason's death this morning. Let's take a look at some of your comments. Judy says, I am an OSU fan, but watch a lot of MSU hockey. Coach Mason was the best of the best in coaching hockey. Aaron says, I'm a Michigan fan, but it's a sad day when we lose a Big Ten coach, Ron Mason, who passed away. Rest in peace. And Jim echoes that, saying, rest in peace, coach. You accomplished much more than you will ever know for all Spartans worldwide. Moving on now to Gordie Howe. The public is welcome to say their goodbyes to Detroit hockey legend Gordie Howe tomorrow. Joe Louis Arena will hold a public visitation from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. where Howe will lie in state inside the Arena Bowl so family, friends, and fans can pay their respects. Howe's funeral will be held Wednesday at 11 a.m. at the Cathedral of the Most Blessed Sacrament on Woodward Avenue in Detroit. Donations in Howe's honor can be made to the Gordie Howe Traumatic Brain Injury Initiative in Toledo, the Howe Foundation in Rochester Hills, and the Gordie Howe Fund for Alzheimer's Research in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan in Canada. Flags are flying at half-staff across the nation and around Michigan in honor of the 49 people killed in Orlando, Florida yesterday. Governor Rick Snyder says they will stay that way until next Tuesday. Another 5 days were added to the symbolic gesture for the 5 lives killed in last week's deadly hit-and-run accident near Kalamazoo. The sounds on the New York Stock Exchange went silent this morning. Also to honor the victims of the Orlando Gay Club shooting, traders paused for 1 minute before the opening bell rang. A 23-year-old pharmacy technician, a 22-year-old worker at Universal Orlando, a 37-year-old bouncer at the Pulse, a 20-year-old Starbucks barista. Those are just a few of the 49 people killed in Sunday's mass shooting. Names are slowly being added to the City of Orlando's website after next of kin have been notified. One of the names on that list is 30-year-old Eddie Justice, whose last conversation was with his mother over text as the shooting was going on.
He texted me at 2:06 and said, "Mommy, I love you." In the club, they're shooting. That was at 2:06. Trapped in the bathroom, downtown. Please call police. I'm going to die. Call them, Mama, now. I'm in the bathroom. He's coming. I'm going to die.
A center has been set up to help the families and loved ones affected by the mass shooting. People are coming to the Family Assistance Center to find out what to do next or to get information about a missing relative or a friend. At last check, 29 people are still in the hospital, 5 of whom are reportedly in grave condition. Hospital officials say a number of them are critically ill and in shock. The tragedy in Orlando is being felt all over the world. People from Brazil and Russia to China and Germany have been holding candlelight vigils, moments of silence, and leaving flowers at American embassies to show their sorrow for the victims and their families. Global landmarks like the iconic Sydney Harbour Bridge in Australia are also showing solidarity by shining the colors of the rainbow. The Australian Prime Minister says Sunday's attack was, quote, motivated by a hatred of the freedoms.
An attack like this, which has killed at least 50 people and injured as many more, is not simply an assault on the people that have been killed and injured. It's an assault on every one of us. It's an assault on freedom.
In Paris, town halls and shops are hanging rainbow and American flags, and the Eiffel Tower will be lit up with rainbow colors tonight. In November, dozens of people were killed at a concert hall by ISIS terrorists, a citywide attack that left 130 people dead. The FBI believes the shooter was radicalized and likely was inspired by terrorist organizations like ISIS. The director of the FBI says Omar Mateen pledged loyalty to ISIS during one of the 3 telephone calls he made to 911 early Sunday morning. He's also urging Americans not to give in to the fear that terrorists are hoping for.
We hope that our fellow Americans will not let fear become disabling, because that is what these savages want. We hope that instead you will channel this sense of anxiety into something more positive, which is an awareness of your surroundings and the seeking of opportunities to help your fellow Americans.
Like the FBI director said, Sunday's mass shooting is a reminder to be vigilant of your surroundings. And if you see something, say something. Michigan State Police have both a phone line and a website where you can report any suspicious activity. Police tell us no matter what it is, what could seem like the most insignificant tip could be a break in a case, so don't hesitate to report it.
It's incumbent upon the citizens to help us and identify what's suspicious. We could drive down a street and we don't know that there's a suspicious car there because we don't necessarily know what cars belong there and what don't, but the people in the neighborhood do.
And we will have much more on the Orlando tragedy coming up on News 10 at 5 and at 6, including reaction from the Muslim community and how many hours blood donors are waiting to help the injured. NBC Nightly News is also planning extensive coverage from Orlando and will be extending tonight's broadcast to an hour immediately following News 10 at 6 o'clock.